rise up, be courageous, yoga sculpt, vinyasa. You want to have some weights nearby, you choose. There's heavy, light, middle, whatever you want to use. No weights, that's fine too. Maybe you have some blocks nearby to raise the floor when needed. You might want to use your yoga jellies to use for your hands for all the planking that we're likely to do. Whatever you want to bring with you is fine into your practice. Grounding your sit bones to the mat, closing your eyes or just gazing down towards the mat. Maybe your hands are on your knees, palms up. Maybe touching the index finger and thumbs together or palms down. And begin to breathe in and out through your nose. And as you inhale and exhale, allowing your lungs to fill from top to middle to bottom, and then sip in a little more air. Maybe your belly expands as well. Exhaling from the belly to the lower ribs, to the middle, to the upper chest, and then begin again. Bringing your focus to this one thing, practicing concentration on your breath. Maybe during this time of quarantine, your mind is constantly going with thoughts. Maybe you get hooked and then your emotions add to it and you can't stop the thoughts going through your mind. So we bring our attention inside and practice during this pranayama part of class as we breathe to focus on that one thing. And as we go through our class, we'll bring our attention back to our breath. And maybe have our focus be, or if you have another intention, think about that. But as I was saying in the beginning, let's rise up and be courageous. In the words of Pema Chodron, taking the leap. Deep down in the human spirit, there is a reservoir of courage. It is always available, always waiting to be discovered. Inhaling and exhaling, maybe you take this breath to a Ujjayi breath, ocean breath, kind of constricting the back of your throat, making sort of a ha sound inside your head, like the sound of an ocean from a seashell when you hold it next to your ear. More audible, generating more heat. And imagine as you continue breathing deeply that your breath is supporting your spine. So we inhale and lengthen the space between our ribs and our hips, and exhale and get even a little longer. Imagine that breath leading through the crown of your head, supporting your spine. And then bringing your fingertips to your sides, grazing the mat beside you. Inhale and raise your right arm up. Reach as tall as you can and exhale up and over that imaginary beach ball. Reaching through your right fingertips, lengthening the space between your ribs and your hips on that right side. Lengthening through your psoas muscle. Connects your thighs to your torso, and then exhale, bringing those fingertips back to your mat. Inhale, raise the left fingertips up, lengthen through the left side. Exhale, up and over, reach to that opposite wall. Maybe even opening the rib cage toward the ceiling, getting deeper into that length, that stretch. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, raise both arms up. Exhale, interlace your fingers and take your hands on the back of your head and just rest your head back into your hands. See if you can relax through the shoulders. So your shoulder blades kind of flatten against your upper back. You get a tiny back bend in that upper spine. Imagine relaxing through the collarbone, the front side of your chest. Take a deep inhale and then bring your elbows toward each other and then round forward, and first maybe just drop the chin towards your chest. Lift up through your belly, lengthen through your neck, and then curl in towards your belly button, bringing your elbows down towards maybe towards your ankles, maybe in towards your belly. Take a couple of breaths where you feel like you want to take them. And then round back up. Inhale, open up and raise your fingertips to the ceiling. Bend those elbows and hold on to your opposite elbows. Maybe you can take your arms back towards your ears, maybe even behind your ears, flattening the shoulder blades against your upper back. Lift through the belly. See if you can get long through the waist, between the ribs and the hips. And then inhaling, exhaling, just make a circle from that bottom first rib and see if you can circle around just from there, the waist up, and see what happens as you go through this motion. If you've been sitting for a few days, maybe you haven't gone through a yoga practice, or maybe you have. But if you haven't, this is going to feel really good. If you, especially, I don't know what your schedule is, but if you've been sitting on a couch, most likely you're going to need these motions right here to activate those core muscles supporting your torso. And then bring those arms down in front of you. Inhaling, exhaling, walk your fingertips way out in front towards the long end of your mat. Inhale, exhale, tipping your pelvis forward. Maybe you uncross your legs a little so you can get a little flatter. Maybe lift the lower belly. Maybe this is really a stretch in of itself for you, so you might find that you want to just keep your elbows towards the mat and rest your forehead in your hands, right on the heels of your hands. Or maybe you want to raise the floor and reach out just wherever you can go. It's okay. There are no rules here. While we are here, maybe you want to take those blocks and take your elbows to the block and then see if you can open up the shoulders a little more, dropping in between those arms. Inhaling, exhaling. We forget about our upper body a lot of times, and we think, oh, we just need to open up our hips or our hamstrings or whatever. But this, especially now when we're at home so much, think of your entire body and try to work the whole thing as best as you can. And then come back up and reach out in front of you and pull yourself up to that tabletop position. So your knees are under your hips and your wrists are under your shoulders. Spread those fingers wide. Middle fingers point straight ahead. Grip the mat with specifically your thumb and pinky. Kind of create some tension in that palm so that you are out of your wrist. You're not just laying into your wrists. Firm up your arms. That's what's going to make the biggest difference in the appearance of your arms if you do yoga to get some tone. Inhale, drop your belly, bring your chest between your shoulders so your shoulder blades come back towards your spine, dropping your belly, and then raise the crown of your head and tail toward the ceiling. Inhale. and just feel what that feels like, or notice what's going on in the front side of your body. And then as you exhale, lift through the belly, rounding your back like an angry cat, separating your shoulder blades, dropping the crown and the tail, and then inhale back through cow pose. Inhaling, exhaling. And while we're here, let's activate those core muscles, lengthening through your right leg and your left arm, and pause for a moment. Reach as long as you can through those left fingertips, through the right toe tips. Inhale, exhale. And then bring the hand and the leg back down and change. Inhale, exhale, reach long. Can you straighten out your left leg? And bring it back down. Let's switch back and forth. Inhale, exhale. And then let's take our knees apart, mat width apart, toes toward each other, and drop back in an active child's pose. And see if let your hips just drop towards your heels, and see if how low you get towards the floor. Don't worry about it so much. Maybe you need to warm up a little more. Maybe you're gonna rest your head here in your heels of your hands, or whatever feels right to you. Then inhale, exhale, pull yourself forward to a modified plank so your knees come back under your hips. Elbows in close to your ribs as you lower down. Let's hover for a moment, activating your upper body, your core again, pulling those abs in and lower down. Slide your hands forward, elbows under your shoulders for Sphinx. Inhale, lengthen through the sternum. Relax your lower body. Exhale, press your hands, forearms into the mat as you lift your chest up towards the ceiling. Inhale, exhale. Take a couple of breaths here. Lengthen through that front side. Let's turn those hands out to the corners of our mat and lift up for seal. 5 deep breaths. Really open up the front side of your body. See if you can flatten your shoulder blades against your upper back, adding support and length to your neck. Lift your lower abs. Pull your abs in and see if that doesn't lengthen through the lower spine. Take a little of the compression out. Inhaling, exhaling. And then come back down. Hands close to your rib cage. Inhale, exhale, and drop back into that active child's pose. We're going to take a little vinyasa here. Inhale, pull yourself forward. Exhale, lower down. Slide your hands forward. Inhale, exhale, lift. And then I want you to do a pull through. So you'll stop here and lift those abs and lower back down. Lift your chest. Lower hands next to your ribs. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale, lower down. Slide your hands forward. Inhale, exhale, lift your belly up and lower. Hands next to your ribs. Lift and drop back. Pull yourself forward, lower down. Lift. Maybe you want to lift your whole body and down. You don't have to. There's no rules. It's not a performance. It's a practice. And up and lift. And lift. All right, we're warming up that upper body pretty good here. So let's take it back and tuck those toes and then lift up to your first down dog. So lifting your belly, spreading those fingers wide, Maybe your middle finger points straight ahead. Maybe it's more your index finger. It all depends on how your skeleton is put together. Your inside of your elbows are facing each other. You're lifting yourself out of the floor, gripping that mat with your hands, with your fingers, creating some strength in the palm so that you're not sitting in the thumb joints. Inhale, exhale. Now just hold there. Breathe in, breathe out. And let me tell you that if you do have problems with your hands, use those yoga jellies and you grip them here, and it takes the weight off of the heels of your hands and off your thumbs. Just helps you, it's a tool, work through that. So you can do that if you need to. Available on Amazon. Inhaling, exhaling, lift those lower abs, let your head hang. Maybe you pedal through your feet. Let's inhale, come up on your toes. Exhale, turn the heels to the right and lower them. Lengthen through that left side. Inhale, lift your heels. Exhale, turn them to the left. Lengthen through that right side. Inhale, lift and lower. Gaze back somewhere between your calves, your ankles, and your knees. Maybe lift your lower belly and round the tailbone a little bit if you feel a little loose in your lower back. And then let's inhale, lift that right leg and bend the knee, open up your hips. Maybe you circle that knee in one direction. Maybe reverse it. And then extend and bring it through your hands. Lower your left knee towards the mat. Sweep those arms up. Inhale, exhale, go post your arms, sink into the pose. Inhale, reach. Exhale, hands to the mat. Lift back to your down dog position. Inhale, exhale, lift that left leg, bend your knee, open up those hips, maybe circle in one direction. Maybe reverse it. Extend that leg, and inhale, exhale, bring it between your hands, right knee to the mat. Inhale, rise up, interlace your fingers, take your hands on the back of your head, just like you did before, and sink into that lunge. Inhale, exhale, hands to the mat, and lift back up to that down dog position. All right, inhaling, exhaling, let's rock forward into a plank. We'll do a push-up here. You can bring your knees to the mat and do it here, and then lift back to your down dog position. So plank, push, lift, and back. Inhale, exhale, lift, and back. Inhale, exhale, lift, and back. 4 more. This is 4. And 3. And 2. And 1. And back. Good job. Take those knees apart. Drop back into your active child's pose. Maybe take your hands in a prayer position on the back of your head. Give your triceps a little stretch. Or just touch yourself, your shoulders. And then reach forward and lift yourself back up. Now we're going to do a little more, get a little more active, use our legs as well. So I'm going to face this way for a second. You're still in that down dog position. And what you're going to do is lift your right leg, bring it forward, lunge low, and take it back. Left, forward, low, and back. Inhale, exhale, 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 last time, and hold. Good job. Breathe in, breathe out. And then let's walk those feet in to meet our hands. And hang for a moment. let your weight come forward towards the balls of your feet so that your sit bones are up toward the ceiling. Maybe your legs are bent, no problem. That is okay. Maybe nod your head yes, maybe shake it no. And then let's walk our hands around to the right and bend that right knee, straighten the left, press the left hip back towards the back wall and get a little longer of a stretch here. Maybe you don't touch the floor, so you hold on to your calves. Hold on to wherever you can reach. And through the center, other side, bend that left knee, straighten your right leg, press that hip towards the back wall. Maybe hold on to your calves, your ankles, whatever. Lengthen, lengthen, inhale, exhale, and come back through the center. And then let's get our little deep Padasana. First, we'll take the 2 fingers and wrap around your big toes. Maybe your knees are really bent. That is okay. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Lift your lower abs, suck them in. Exhale and pull with your arms, lifting your sit bones to the ceiling as you pull your body to your thighs. Belly to your thighs, chest to your knees, face to your shins, crown of the head towards the floor. 3 deep breaths. And then release those hands. Now walk your feet back about a footprint's distance. Now here, if you want to raise the floor, you can. Here, okay? Because I do want you to be able to have your hands, even if it's up here, it's totally fine. It will all work. So, wherever your hands are, your feet are about a footprint away from you. Lift deep in your core and touch the back of your wrists. Yes. 2 and 3 and 4. Easy, effortless, awesome. 6 and 7, 8. Let's do 8 more. That's 8 and 7 and 6 and 5 and 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Good job. Take a deep inhalation, half lift, exhale. Sweep those arms out and up. Rise up. Palms come together. Reach back, way back. Exhale to Tadasana or mountain pose. So we want our shoulder blades flat against our upper back. Our chest opens up towards the sky. Inhale, exhale, breathe in, breathe out. Begin pulling those leg muscles up, like you're pulling your kneecaps up your legs. Firm up your glutes, abs are lifted. Breathe deep. Grab a little pair of weights while you're standing there. And this is what we'll do from here. So we're in our Tadasana. I want you to be able to see me. We're in Tadasana. Let's drop our left foot back to Warrior One. We've got our weights here. Inhale, bicep. Exhale, press. Inhale, exhale. So we're pressing our left heel into the mat, pushing into that front foot as well. So we're engaging our lower body, and we're just using these lighter weights here to warm up. Now we're going to add on. So press up, bring it in, tip forward, and tricep extension. Can you find balance and do a tricep extension for 10 and 9 and 8? And if you need to, just touch the floor with that back foot. You don't have to, hold this if you don't want to. It's up to you. And 3 more. 3, 2, and 1. Bring them in, drop that back, and press up. Inhaling, exhaling. Stay in Warrior One. Bring your arms down. And I want you to lift to the front and to the side. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Push into the knife edge of that left foot. And breathe. Exhale when you lift. 8. Now if you're holding the weights in a hammer position, when you lift to the front on this side, when we switch, we'll make sure that we lift them this way, okay? 8. Did I already say 8? 7. That's okay, we got light weights. We can do 1,000,000 and lift. And 5 and lift. Inhale, exhale. 4 and lift. And 3, abs tight, and lift. And 2 and lift. And 1, bend those elbows, tip forward into your warrior 3 again. Flex that left abductor and extend and bend. Exhale, inhale. Abs tight. This is 8 more. And 7. And 6. Lengthen your spine. Can you do all of that at one time? 3, 2, we'll do a few more. 4 more. 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Good job. Tip weights to the mat. Bring that foot down to meet the right. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Let's step back into a plank position. Get your heavier weights. So when you step back, you'll be in a plank here, and take your feet a little wider apart. Inhale, exhale, renegade row. That's 8. 7. And 6. And 5. And 4. And 3. And 2. 1 more on each arm. And drop those knees, toes together. Drop back into an active child's pose. Breathe in, breathe out. Inhaling, exhaling. Stay where you are. I'm going to turn around so that I'll be on the other side when we switch. So when you're ready, bring yourself forward to a plank position. So out of that active child's pose into your plank. And you can do this, I think doing this particular one is better on your elbows. It's a, because you want to be closer to the floor. So let's do it that way. Turn your palms up. And we're going to alternate. So when I say walk it out, we're going to alternate touching knees to the mat, okay? Abs tight, body strong. Engage your lats. Imagine them wrapping around your rib cage. Inhale, exhale for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, walk it out. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Walk it out. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Walk it out. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, walk it out. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Now push yourself up. Firm arms, wrists under your shoulders, abs tight. Stay. 4, 3, 2. Now lift one leg at a time. Right and left. Right and left and 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 right and left. Firm those arms up. Right and left and right and left. Inhale, exhale. Take it to your downward facing dog. Maybe round your tail a little. Lift those lower abs. Firm up your arms. Rotate the shoulder heads in the shoulder socket. Maybe relax your knees a little. Inhaling, exhaling. And then let's take that left leg up. Inhale, exhale, bring it between your hands and turn the right toes up towards the upper corner. Grab your lighter weight and push it on up to your warrior one. So you've got push into that right heel, the outer edge, as well as the big toe. Push into your front foot. Engaging those legs. Lift your abs. Inhale, exhale. Bicep and press. Inhaling, exhaling. Let's do 8 of these. And 7. And 6. And 5. And 4. And 3. And 2. And 1. Tip it forward into your warrior 3. Engage that right abductor and kick it back. Now this time, if you can think about it, maybe you rotate the hands a little to get a little different angle on that tricep muscles. Engage that glute back there. Lift that belly. And 4. And 3. And 2. And 1. And then come back up to your warrior one. And this time we'll stay here with the pressing the feet in opposite directions, and we'll lift to the front and turn our palms towards the floor. So inhale, exhale, a lateral front raise. Nicely done. Eight. And 7, and 6, and 5, and 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Good job. Inhale, exhale. Let's come back over into that warrior 3. And remember, you can touch the toe to the mat if you need to. And we'll kick it back again. You do whatever you want to do with those hands. 7, and 6, and 5, and 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Tip forward and bring that leg down to meet the left. So relax your knees a little bit. Maybe you kind of bend side to side. And if you want to dig into those hams again, take your hands and turn them over. Fingertips touch your toe tips. Lift your feet. Stand right on the palms of your hands. Toes touching the inside of your wrist. Maybe your knees are really bent. That's okay. Rock forward so you're on your hands. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale and pull with your arms and lift those sit bones to the ceiling. And bring your belly to your thighs, your chest to your knees, your face to your shins and the crown of your head towards the floor, and give it 3 deep breaths. Be courageous. See how deep you can get today. Go to the fullest expression of that pose for you on this given day. And then release those hands. Breathe in, breathe out. And let's inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Sweep those arms out and up. Rise up and reach back, way back. Exhale to Tadasana. And as you stand in Tadasana, let's get a little lateral stretching so that we lengthen the psoas muscle. Because yoga sculpt's a little weird to me, doing yoga with weights in your hands. So I think it's necessary to realign, and get centered and lengthen those lateral muscles. Inhale, bring your arms up, palms to the ceiling. Take your left hand and grab that right pinky. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, up and over. Maybe your hips kind of go towards the right, maybe not. And then rise back up and change and go the other way. Maybe you open up more towards the ceiling and then rise up. And then we do our little back bend. So interlace all of your fingers except the index fingers and pretend like someone's got you by the wrists. Your head's behind your arms. You don't have to hang it back. You can hold it in a neutral position. Inhale, lift up out of your waist. Get as long as possible. Press those big toe joints into the mat to keep your legs firmly planted, your feet firmly planted, and just reach back, way back. You go as far as you want to go before engaging that core again and rising up. Inhale, exhale, hands to heart center, and release them to your sides for Tadasana. Inhale, arms up, palms come together through heart center, forward fold, hands to the mat. Step back for your plank position. Get the weight of your choice for your renegade rows. Feet might be a little wider for some stability. Lift that belly. Inhale, exhale, and row. All right, we're doing 8 more on each side. So 8. Switch weights if you need to. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. And 1 more. Good job. Drop those knees. Drop back in that active child's pose. Inhale, exhale. And then rise back up. All right, let's come to our feet and bring our weights with us. And we'll do our single leg deadlift, also known as a warrior 3 in this situation. And I think we'll stick with, we'll stick with that. So let's start on our right leg. So this is my advice when doing this. You want to look forward, find your drishti somewhere on the floor. Take that left leg behind you, weights by your sides. Lift your belly and tip over just from the hip and let your legs come with, let that leg back there come with your body as it tips over. If you want, you could add a row and then rise back up. Inhale, exhale, tip forward and row, and rise back up. Inhale, exhale. Find balance, just like you do when we're doing a straight on warrior three. Okay? Let's call this 4. And 5. Generating a little heat here. Let's do 5 more. And up and 4. 3 more. 3. Rise up. And 2. 1 more. And 1. Nice job. So, let's put the weights down. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Sweep your arms forward into chair. Extend your arms out over your head. Maybe your palms come together. Sit back in those heels. Lift your chest. Knees in line with your toes. And then I want you to straighten up and bring your hands towards heart center. Take that left leg, or right leg rather, up into a tree. And I'm shooting for figure 4. So bring it across and sit back into that hip, that right leg. Press your hands together. Now you'll feel a stretch on this hip. Maybe you reach forward, get long through the leg. Maybe you just stay low and then find your way. When you get enough of a stretch there, find your way back to your little one-legged squat. Come back up, grab your ankle and bring that foot to your tree pose. Gaze out in front, lift through the belly, lengthen through your waist, and press everything toward the center and up out through the crown of your head. Inhale, exhale. Bring that leg to the front. Let's work the quad. Flex and bend for 8 and 7 and 6 and 5 and 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Drop your knee, reach around and grab that foot, and we'll get a little dancer pose. You can hold on, technically you can reach on the inside of the foot. Hold on wherever you want to, okay? If you want to put a hand on the wall, hand on the wall. Kick back into that hand of the foot with the one holding onto your foot. Maybe you've got your right arm out in front, you can gaze out past that middle finger, and just tip it on over and open up that front side. And then bring it back up, knee to the front. Maybe you hold on to the shin and just practice balancing there. Maybe you can grip that foot and extend the leg. Maybe you're holding on to your ankle. Whatever works. And then you can go to a number of places here. You could stay right in any of these that I've just shown you, or grab the big toe with those 2 first fingers and give it a twist. You can look back, straight ahead, whatever works. So take a moment, do that, find yourself back in your Tadasana or mountain pose. And then we'll do the other side with our little single leg deadlifts, okay? So if you have made your way back to Tadasana, nice. You could do a vinyasa. How about we do that? Inhale, arms up, palms come together. Exhale, through heart center. Come to your plank position, chaturanga, vinyasa through. Walk your feet 1 footprint closer, come way up on your toes, bend your knees and lift your feet forward to your hands. Grab those heavier weights, inhale, exhale, and rise up. Take that right leg behind you. Think of squeezing this glute. And then find your dristi on the floor. Tip it forward if you can, just as far as you can go. Maybe relax your standing leg a little. You don't have to row. You could give it your best shot. And then straighten back up. This is a great hip stabilizing exercise that everybody should do. Because if you start when you're young, you won't end up like half of us who are not young, working on our hip stabilization. 2, and straighten back up. 3. And if you're really good at this and you're going super fast, slow down a little, and then just do more repetitions than I do. Okay? 4, and up. Hinge. And 5. Straighten back up. 6. And up. 7. And up. And 8. Two more. 9. 1 more. 10. Nicely done. Put those weights down. Find yourself in a forward fold. Inhale, exhale, back to chair. Sit back in those heels. Lengthen through the waist. Breathe, bring your palms together and rise up. Shift to that other leg and take it to your figure 4. And sit back. Getting the stretch in the hips is what I'm really going for. Maybe you reach to the floor. Maybe straighten that leg. Maybe not. Whatever works for you. That's what I want you to do. And then find your way back to your balance. And then bring it up. Grab your leg as you go. See if you can do that. See if I can do that. Press that foot against the inner thigh. Palms together on an unlevel surface. And maybe you reach up, grow some branches. And notice what goes on. What can you adjust? What can you do differently? Just like life. Like, oh, well, if this is what I habitually do and it doesn't turn out so well, what can I do differently? Here's your opportunity. Bring that knee forward. Hands can be on your hips or heart center or wherever, and extend and bend. When you straighten, flex right there. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice. And then we'll do our little stretch here. So you can either, you don't have to stretch. You can just balance holding on, or hold on to your ankle and try to extend, or reach out, get your foot, extend. And then if you want to try for that extension and twisting, you can do that. Whatever you want to do. Take a moment, and then we'll come back around to standing. And if you want to put a hand on the wall, that's fine. Drop that knee Grab the inside of your foot or the outside, kick back into your hand, and just let the toes come to the ceiling. Maybe your arm comes out in front, maybe it doesn't, whatever works for you. When you find yourself back in Tadasana, let's take a vinyasa. Inhale, rise up. Pull the hands through heart center, step back through. And we're gonna stay on the mat. So we'll lower down and just lift to a little cobra and bring it back down. And let's work our posterior chain. So we'll have to start with, we'll turn our head to either side and goal post your arms and just rest a second. And we're gonna engage the multifidus muscles, the lower back, way down here that holds your sacrum, your pelvic bones to your sacrum, to your spine, you know, they're small muscles. So we want our one hand on top of the other. Take your forehead to your hands and push your forehead forward so that you relax the back of your neck. Lift your elbows up, shoulder blades come towards your spine. Relax your lower body, it's not going anywhere. As you lift your elbows, lift your head with your hands. Maybe lift your lower belly to decompress the lower spine. Let's take a few breaths here. And lower back down. Bringing your arms out in front, lift that low belly. This time we will lift our legs and our arms. Inhale, exhale, lift up and hold. Maybe flutter for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and bring it down, hands right by your chest. Lift up and back and sit back in that active child's pose. And then pull yourself forward. We did not do a whole lot of push-ups, so let's do some for your chest. We want your hands a little wider than shoulders, and your elbows are not going to bend out to the side. They're kind of angling back here. You can do them on your knees. However you're doing them, your chest is between your hands and your face is over the floor. It's not like that, okay? So hands, toes, knees, whatever. Take it down and up. Inhale, exhale. And just do as many as you can do. Shoot for 10. If you can get more than 10, you go right ahead. Let's do 10 more. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring your knees in, sit back, and we'll get a Navasana, a boat pose, and a little additional with it to get those abs really well. Bring your hands to your shins. Inhale, sit up tall. Exhale, close your rib cage. Pull that belly button to your spine. Now your back's kind of rounded, yeah? You could stay here. I don't mind, because this is hard to hold once you start moving anything else. But if you've been doing this a long time, you're into your practice, lengthen your spine and keep this tight. And then maybe your legs will come off the floor. So we can hold here. Maybe we lengthen our legs, point through the toes. You do you. Maybe you lower, maybe you lift. 8, and 7, and 6. Can you straighten your legs? 5, 4. Can you connect all the parts of your body. 3, 2, and then 1. Bring your left knee in, roll back. And I want you to do a little crunch towards your thigh. Lift for 2, change, up, 2, lift, 2, lift, 2, lift, 2, 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Now we're going to take straight legs, up, 2, long legs. Can you straighten your legs? Point your toes. 4, and 3, and 2. Hands behind your head, and we'll do a yoga bicycle. Maybe you can reach outside that arm. Maybe you can look back behind you. And then twist. 8, and 7, and 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring those knees into your chest. Maybe rock side to side. All right, you're gonna do, we'll do our bridge. So we bring our heels close to our glutes. And if you want to use a block, you can. We'll rise up. You could put the block right underneath your sacrum. Help you get your hips up there. Another thing that you can do is lift your heels to open up the fascia on the front side of your body, and then lower your heels back down. Roll those shoulders way up underneath you. Push in to the big toe joint, okay? Maybe interlace your fingers and pull your knuckles in the same direction as your toes. And we'll stay there. Firm up those glutes. 4. Breathe. 3. And 2. And 1. And roll back down. Take your left leg across the right knee and pull that leg in. And then keep it there. Drop the knees to the right. Look back towards your left hand. Come through the center. Take your right ankle above the left knee. Keep that leg there. Drop those to the left and look towards your right hand. Bring your knees back to center and then rock side to side. Maybe you want to do a happy baby. Hold on to your outside edges of your feet. Maybe you want to extend your legs. Whatever feels best to you, whatever you need to do to finish your practice. And then extend your legs out over your mat and take your arms by your sides. Close your eyes. Nobody's looking at you. It's just you. Let's practice being still. A pose of complete stillness. And let your practice settle in. Your shoulder blades flatten against your upper back. Maybe mound the chest a little so that you can achieve that flatter upper back. Maybe rock your head side to side. And just take a deep breath and exhale. Let the tongue drop from the roof of your mouth. and let your breath return to normal. And just relax into that pose. Shavasana, a pose of complete stillness and quiet. Maybe your most challenging pose. It is for some people. And as the experts say, if that's the case, then you need to do it longer. Anywho, as you lie there, imagine the pull of gravity holding your body securely to the earth, and you inside. As you breathe in and out, feeling grounded, secure, present in your own life. And this is the thought that I've been thinking about lately in this situation, which is new and highly unusual, our new normal. Just like I tell students in classes, yoga, spinning, personal training, find your big why. So here we are, grounded, literally, sheltering in place. Think of what your children see. How are you handling this change in routine? Because they see you. Like my parents moved around the world. My mom had to change everywhere she went. She had to adapt. She didn't have to. She could choose to stay home, never leave the house or apartment. She could start drinking or whatever, or she could adapt. So I like to think that I choose to adapt. So that's your thought for the day. What do you want to do? What's your big why? Bringing your knees into your chest, roll onto your side, and up to your comfortable seat one last time. Bring those hands to heart center, an Anjali Mudra or prayer hands, thumbs kind of resting against your sternum. Tilt your chin towards your hands and just close your eyes or gaze towards the mat one last time, feeling good and better than before. Taking one last deep breath, inhale, reach up, fill your lungs, rise up. Exhale, bring those hands back to heart center